365 Promotions, and come down, take the ride to Florida with us, sit at the table, do the handling of the superstars at the table, and enjoy everything that we are going to do, meaning the Hall of Fame inductions, 2 days of conventions, going out to eat with some of the stars, and just having an overall good time, and of course taking the ride back with us. So, if you're a loyal fan, follower that we know personally, hit us up, because it's just a safer way to drive down to Florida having 3 people in a car, because you want your backup driver to be sleeping, and you want that third person to be sitting in the front seat with the driver, keeping them awake, and then you alternate, so everybody gets a fair amount of time to sleep, and the drivers get to drive while they're awake, preferably. No National Lampoon Vacation trips. But so yeah, if you want to come down, let us know. Obviously, I want to thank everybody who's volunteered to help us once we get down to Florida. But we need to get down there safely first. But if we do happen to take the trip as the 2 of us, I appreciate all the volunteering of help once we get down there. Now, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. WrestleCon.com. Click on official guests along the top of the page, and you will see that they are still adding guests. I looked at this page 3 days ago, and Leo Rush and the Walt Simones were added. Since those 3 days, Noel Foley and Dan Spivey have been added. So they're still adding people. I wish I was able to run around in this hotel and meet all these people. I mean, it's so cool seeing familiar faces and just people that we grew up watching, and it's tough not to be a fan. But what can you do? I mean, if I just flip through, like, the last one that was added was Noel Foley. Then you just scroll down and boom, it stops at EC3 and James Storm, The Moose, Karen Jarrett. Flip down again, another roll down. Boom. Brooke Tessmacher, Crime Time, Manny Fernandez, Dan Severin. Flip down again. You got Molly Holly, Brian Hebner, Vita Scott, who will be at Warriors of Wrestling in that 16-women tournament. ODB, Jim Ross, which actually Jim Ross will not be there at WrestleCon, so they have not fixed that part yet. But Jim Ross, because the unfortunate loss of his wife, will not be there. But as you can say, plus all the superstars that we're bringing. You got Amber O'Neil, April Hunter, Eric Bischoff, Bruce Pritchard, and of course Rosita. And yes, folks, Saraya Knight did cancel on us. You should know that the reasons. The family just doesn't want to have to deal with the stupidity of questions, the backlash, the obviously the lack of respect, and even though we put a code of conduct out there and we know WrestleCon was going to uphold it about anybody that came to the table and disrespected even questioned anything that went on as far as those videos or pictures, they were going to be thrown out. I guess it was just too much for the family to handle. We know that Alberto Del Rio withdrew from WrestleCon, and it was only time before Saraya Knight. She she withdrew not only from WrestleCon but all her U.S. appearances until further notice. Okay, and also I've just been handed a note that, according to Bruce Pritchard, because we're bringing in Bruce Pritchard was supposed to step in and do Jim Ross's show on, I guess it was that Saturday of WrestleCon, and we rearranged Bruce Pritchard's schedule accordingly. But I've just been handed a note that Jim Ross, according to Bruce Pritchard, Jim Ross is going to be doing his own show that Saturday. So I guess I need to speak to Bruce and find out if he's going to go back to his original schedule or if he wants to sign the whole day. And wants to find out if he wants to sign all day since Saraya is not available. I have that time slot for someone to sign. So, okay. Now that clears it up. Bruce is going to be a guest on Jim Ross's show. There you go. So that makes sense now. So Bruce will be signing according to the revised schedule that we released a couple of days ago. If you haven't seen it, it's on Facebook.com/Damage365 or on Twitter at Damage365Radio. We'll have, actually, you know what? Let me do that now. Get my little flip chart right here. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what we got. Or did I not? Yep, did not print out a new copy of it. But if you need a copy of our signing schedule, because remember we got now 5 guests at 2 tables. They will be alternating time slots. Just hit us up on Twitter. Eric Bischoff will be signing Saturday only, folks. Again, I can't stress this enough. Can't remind people enough. I've emailed every single pre-sale customer that's purchased anything for Eric Bischoff and let them know he will be there Saturday only from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. He will not be there Friday. He will be taking care of responsibilities with WWE. As you know, he will be inducting DDP into the WWE Hall of Fame. So he has responsibilities to take care of on Friday. So he is signing only on Saturday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that's at table number 1. I'm sure you'll be able to see him. The tables will be next to each other. Again, getting back to Saraya Knight. She has canceled all her U.S. appearances until further notice. For the couple, it wasn't that many. Usually I don't want to call anybody a small name, but the non-large ticket guests usually don't get a lot of pre-sales. People just buy them at the tables themselves. So for the people who did order Saraya Knight items, again, stress to you that you'll be issued a credit. It's already a credit. You can use it for any of our remaining 5 guests that are at the table. For equal or greater value, you just have to add to the greater. Or you can continue to hold on to the credit and you can use it towards any of our future guests for whatever show, including Legends of the Ring that's coming up in June, where we have already announced Holodead and Thunder Rosa of the Twisted Sisters, Caitlin Diamond, and the genius Lanny Poffo. So you can get you can use any of that. We'll cover the shipping charges to mail it to you if you're not local. It's not your fault that this happened, not ours either, but, we have to do the right thing for our customers. People complaining, or the one person complaining about not getting a refund, it's a week before the show. We're not going to be issuing a refund. If anybody doesn't know how pre-sales works and how promoters utilize the pre-sales to make sure that these guests get to where they need to get on time, don't ask questions. It's not like the money's sitting in a pile on my desk and I can just say, here's your $20 back. It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. If it was 3 months ago, no problem. If it was when we started pre-sales, no problem. But it's a week before the show. Come on, be a little understanding. And plus, there's guests that are gonna be there. You're gonna try to tell me you want to take a for Soraya at night, but you don't want to meet Eric Bischoff. You don't want to meet Bruce Pritchard. You don't want to meet Lanny Poffo. Any of our future guests. I think we have a good track record of bringing in some really awesome guests, and we do have some really, really awesome guests lined up for the remainder of 2017. They're going to make other people scratch their head going, how the hell did he get those guys? So, you wait and see. It's going to happen. Already lined up. Some of them already penciled in. Some of them already basically lock, stock, and barrel. Just got to get closer to these events to make these announcements. A lot of announcements will be made because after WrestleCon, there's pretty much nothing going on until May, where we go to Wrestle Expo in Virginia. We have Bobby Fulton and we have Eric Bischoff again. And then June comes along and we have Legends of the Ring. And then nothing goes on for a little bit. You have nothing for September. October, you have another Legends of the Ring, which obviously we have not worked on that. And then November is big event, and I already have, and I can tell you right now, I have 3 guests already booked for November's big event. And also later in November in North Carolina, WrestleCade. And we already have 1 guest booked for WrestleCade. So we're not sitting here waiting. We're ready. The engine's running. There's someone manning the wheel. The elevator reaches the top floor. Don't worry about it. Let's see. We want to hit up anything before we bring in Eric Bischoff. If you got questions for Eric Bischoff, the former leader of the NWO, tweet him in at Damage365 Radio. Send them to us on Facebook, facebook.com/Damage365. Send us a message there. If you're a friend of me personally on Facebook, you can message me on my personal page. Do it as a private message. Don't do it on the page. Let's see, other ways that we can send messages. I think that's it. Yep. Don't text me. I'm using the phone, so don't text. That's it. So let's take a commercial. And when we get back, we'll be joined by Eric Bischoff. So sit back, relax. We'll be back in a couple of minutes.
Attention everyone. This is Allie, and you're listening to Damage 365 Radio.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Hello, this is the intrepid traveler, Paul London. Good journey, y'all. When you're ready to whip your rock out, do it with Coach Kev at Damage 365 Radio.
Esposito's Pizza and Pasta. Check us out on one of our fine locations. 930 Route 34 in Matawan, New Jersey, or 233 East Main Street in Manasquan, New Jersey. From pizza and salads to pasta and buffalo wings, we have something to suit every member of your family. Whether you're seeking to take out, delivery, or just want to dine in, let us do the dishes. We would be more than happy to take care of your next meal. Our courteous and friendly restaurant staff is here to meet and exceed all your expectations. We promise an enjoyable experience each and every time we serve you. Try our award-winning sesame seed crust pizza, the recent winner of first place in the Las Vegas Pizza Open in the Artisans Division. Visit us online at sesameseedpizza.com for store hours, menus, and phone numbers, or just stop by one of our 2 great locations. You'll be glad you did. Esposito's Pizza and Pasta, so close to eating at Mom's, but without all the yelling.
You're listening to Damage 365 Radio, and this is ECW Original.